Hey guys, Lizard Lee here for Christmas Ornaments Day 12. It is 11:23 a.m. I have been up and ready to stitch since 5:30 a.m. 5:30. But no, I get out of bed, come over to my laptop and see, your video could not be saved because some of the clips are corrupted. I went to bed and it was at 55% completed. So it goes past halfway and then suddenly, oh hey! Your very first clip is corrupted and your very last clip is corrupted. They weren't. I put them back in and it just finished saving a couple minutes ago. I swear, you guys, I'm like, this is driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. So, I had hoped I would finish 2 today. I'm probably only going to finish 1 because I do have work. Yesterday, I finished the crazy patterns and kitten mitten. I don't know what one I'm going to do today because I had planned on doing either, where is it, Santa or like these ones. A dove, Santa, and like presents. I have no idea which one I'm going to do now or if I'm even going to do one of those 3. I am like so annoyed right now. It took a gajillion hours to save. And the files weren't corrupted, so that shouldn't have happened. Okay, I feel better. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. But I ended up having Papa John's for Thanksgiving dinner, so it was delicious. I'm probably going to have Papa John's for dinner again today. I don't know what time my family's getting back, but it's been so quiet these last couple nights and days, and it's been so nice. I wanted to stay quiet. Okay, I'm okay. So, yeah, I'm slowly but surely getting through these. I don't think... Oh, I've only gotten one person's opinion on the eye for the red bird so far, and they were saying I should do a French knot. I'm going to wait a little while longer, see how other people feel, because, as you can see, I still haven't made it into an ornament today. Or yet today. So yeah, I'm going to pick one and I'm going to work on it, and hopefully I'm done before I have to go for work. And I'm going to be working until 10:30. Like, I really hate working late. I'm a morning person. Once it hits like 10, I'm tired. And then it hits 11 and I'm exhausted. Okay, I'm going to go now. Okay, so the questions that I had going before, I have run out of them. So I just typed questions into Google. And it was like, what was it, 100 interesting questions is what popped up. So I'm just going to answer them. 1. What was the last picture you took with your phone? That would be the first picture I took with my phone because I have a really crappy flip phone and they're really, really like grainy and horrible. The details are terrible. It was of a woman, or it could have been a dude, actually. I can't remember anymore if I saw the person who was driving it or not. The way they parked their car, they were parked across 4 different spots. It was the worst parking job I'd ever seen in my life. So I had to take a picture because I was like, this is just terrible. Look at this. Ho, ho, ho. 2. Do you know any big gossips? Not really. I tend to prefer hanging out with people that don't, like just spread rumors like that and believe people when they say stuff like that. I mean, in high school, actually, until college, I was a straight A student. Like I was a nerd. Granted, most people didn't know this because I guess I'm just too loud to be considered a nerd in most circles. But you know, I'm like too extroverted for it or whatever. But nerds don't tend to, you know, speak about others that way. We tend to be nicer than that. So no. 3. Have you been pulled over by a cop? Yes, I have. It was in 2012, I think. I was driving home after I was at a friend's place to work on a project we had together in a history class. And on the highway, you know, you have that express lane, which is, or way to the left, at least, you know, in the US, it's on the left. And it's for, you know, like, you don't want to get caught up in the traffic that happens in the next like 5 exits. And so it's split apart from the rest. You know, once you're on that left side, you can't get over until the lanes converge again and the lines change from being a solid white line to a dotted line. Well, for the first 2 years that I was living here, on the highway, there were poles separating the express lane from the rest of them. And it was during that summer that the poles were taken out. And I started seeing all kinds of vehicles going across that solid line. So it's like, okay, you know, maybe they're just waiting until after the summer or, you know, at whenever they can get workers to come in and change those solid lines to dotted lines, because I've seen cop cars go over there without their lights on. So I was driving home and I moved and I went from, you know, the slow lane or whatever you want to call it over the solid white line into the express lane. And I immediately started hearing a police siren go off. And I was like, huh? And when he pulled me over, I was really confused why he'd pulled me over. And I was like, or no, he said it was because, you know, that I'd passed that solid line. And I was like, oh, I thought they took out those poles because, you know, they wanted people to start moving over to like lessen traffic. And he's like, no, actually we took them out because they were causing accidents. And I was like, oh, oh, oops. And, you know, he took my information. He came back and he's like, okay, you know, I understand what you were saying, and that, but you also have, you know, you've never been pulled over before, so I only give you a warning. And I was like, oh, thank God. And that's the only time I've ever been pulled over, and I hope it's the last time. Because I was just like, why is he pulling me over? What did I do? Like, I honestly, I didn't even think about it, that, you know, I'd gone over the solid white line, because that is illegal. And now anytime I see a vehicle doing that, I'm just like, are they like me? And they thought that those poles were taken out because they wanted people to get over? Or are they fully aware that they're breaking the law? Like, And I've never been in a car accident, and I very, very much want to keep it that way. 4, do you know your heritage? For the most part, I'm like all European, and then I said I had an Indian princess on my mom's side. That's like it. 5, what have you always wanted? Did you ever get it? I always wanted my own cat, because growing up, I just wanted my own pet. Growing up, we had a bunch of different pets. We had the dog my dad got in middle school, excuse me. And then we had the graybeard, the cat my parents got when they got married. And then we got Ruby when I was in kindergarten. We got her from my best friend's family because their cat gave birth. We got a ferret that I found in a parking lot, and my dad scooped him up. We took him home, named him Stinky. My mom named him Stinky because obviously he smelled bad. It was super cute though. We had a white rabbit named Raptor. Like, we had all these pets, and all of them, their favorite person was my mom. Because, you know, she was the one who was always home. She was feeding them, all that stuff. And then we got Tessa, and that was in 7th grade. And for a while, you know, she gravitated more towards my mom because I was always gone at school. Because we got her when I was in 7th grade. And then when we got to high school and we moved to Japan, she started hanging out more with me, and she's pretty much been my cat ever since. And it's super exciting. Isn't it, Tess? My little baby! She's rolling over on the floor. Someone better not have spilled catnip over there. I'm watching you, Tess. I'm watching you! 6. What kind of sickness have you lied about so you wouldn't go to work? Well, I've never skipped work, ever. But I have skipped school before, and faked being sick. And I just told my mom I had a really bad headache. And I had a very mild headache, honestly. It wasn't so bad that I couldn't go to school, but like I had a project due and I had finished it. It was already done. So I wasn't lying. So I had time to finish it. I was lying because I did not feel like going to school that day. And I think my mom figured that out. But, like I said, straight A student. And I held that until college. So this was back in high school when I had to lie to my mommy about it. And, yeah, I just stayed at home. I think I read a book. I didn't feel like going to school. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was my mood or just what, but I didn't feel up to it. So, I didn't go. And then the next day I brought it to the teacher and I was like, I'm sorry, I could actually, or maybe my mom brought it in for me. I don't remember, but I know it was done. Like I wasn't pretending to be sick as an excuse to have more time on my project. I never pulled an all-nighter until my senior year after I graduated. After our graduation ceremony, we all got to go home and change our clothes. And then we all got back together again and we had project graduation. And it was, all night long up into the wee mornings. And then, or wee morning, not mornings. Well, I mean, there were 63 of us, so we all had a morning. But that was the first time I pulled an all-nighter because I always made sure that I prioritized my homework before, like cross-stitching or whatever. Because, I've always taken school very seriously. I think an education is really important, and I don't think brushing it aside just to have fun every once in a while is a good idea. I mean, the number of students I met that always complained about not getting enough sleep, I was like, and whose fault is that? Oh, right! Yours! Because I took honors and AP classes, all right? And I was NHS president my senior year of high school. Like, I was a busybody, and I had hard classes, and I did just fine getting enough sleep. So, and I never, ever fell asleep in any of my classes, ever. Even on days when I went to school feeling like crap, I never fell asleep. Not even in college. So, oh yeah. 7. What was the last lie you told? I'm not sure. I kind of live by that philosophy of it's easier to just tell the truth because then you don't have to worry about, keeping your lies straight. I will say though, I am an extremely good liar. I've never had someone catch me in a lie until, like afterwards when they learn it from someone else or whatever. When I'm saying this, I mean when I lied to my parents about breaking something and they realized it was me and not my sister. Because I'm not big on lying. Because I don't like to be lied to. And then the way I was raised with my parents, they always said that they would rather we tell them the truth about breaking something. And, we'll get in trouble, of course, but we'll get in way more trouble if we lie about it. And it was true. Anytime we lied to them, we got in way more trouble than if we just approached them and said, oh, hey, sorry, I broke the water gun. So lies the only time I lie is like, honestly, the last lie I can genuinely remember, and it's the only one I can think of, was when my sister, my dad, and I went to the swap meet a couple months ago. It was actually, I think it was around my graduation because that's when he was over here. My sister, my dad had gone to the bathroom, I think, or he had walked ahead of us or whatever. He wasn't there. So my sister was like, okay, I want to go and have a spray painted shirt done for dad. Actually, it was going to be for her son that said, I have the world's greatest grandpa or whatever, So it was technically for my dad. And she was like, but I don't want him to know, so tell him I'm going to the bathroom. I was like, okay. So when dad came over, he's like, where's your sister? I was like, oh, she had to go to the bathroom really bad. She said to just keep walking and we'll meet her back over here when she's done. He's like, oh, okay. And then we met her back when she had the shirt again. And, dad was like, I thought you went to the bathroom. So, yeah, that I'm totally fine with, because it's like a surprise rather than just oh yeah, you look really good in that dress. I hate when people lie about that. If someone you love and care about looks like shit in what they're wearing, you need to tell them. Because when they find out later on, because, someone posts a picture on Facebook, they're going to be humiliated. I would much rather be embarrassed in that one moment, for 2 minutes where my friend tells me I don't look good, than to spend, the next 6 hours okay and coming home and realizing I look horrible. That's just, I think it makes you a crappy friend if you just tell them, oh hey, that and that change. So yeah. 8. Have you ever danced in the rain? I've never danced with someone else in the rain, but I've danced on my own in the rain. It's not very exciting. I much prefer playing in the snow than dancing in the rain. 9. What is your blood type? I have no idea. And the last time I asked my doctor, they were like, you don't need to know that. Because when you're in the emergency room, they're going to have to check whether you tell them or not. And I was like, well, I'm actually asking for my anthropology class because my professor told us to go all find out so we could have a survey done. And nope, they wouldn't tell me. So I was like, fine, you jerks, whatever. 10. Have you ever been in a car accident? Refer back to number 2? 3? No, I have not. 11. What was the weirdest prank call that you have made? The last time I made a prank call, I was in, middle school. And I think I wasn't the one who actually made the call. I told someone else what to say. And that was one time. I don't remember it. I do remember we had lemonade right afterward, though. No sugar. It was so strong, but it was so good. 12. Best compliment you have received. I'm gonna have to go with the guy who told me I was beautiful in a Walmart because it was the most genuine compliment I've ever heard. And it came out of nowhere. It was the first one I ever got, so it meant a lot to me. 13. Do you trust anyone with your life? See, that's really hard because, if it came down to it, I know I have a lot of family members and friends that would be there for me. But those trust falls you do where you have to close your eyes, put your arms on your chest and just lean back and let someone catch you? There's not a single person that I have been able to trust to catch me doing that. And actually, well, it's not that I don't trust them. It's that it was a big part was I did gymnastics for so many years that my foot, as soon as I start to tilt, immediately moves to catch me because you lose points when you fall. Or at least you lose more points when you fall compared to when you move your foot to catch yourself. And I've had that hardwired into my brain since preschool. I think that's when I joined gymnastics. Or maybe it was when, I joined as soon as I was old enough to. And that's something that stuck with me. So technically, no one. 14. What is your greatest strength or weakness? My greatest strength, I think, is just to smile and make it through stuff. And then my greatest weakness, I don't like confrontation. Some people think that's a good thing. Other people think it's a bad thing. Some people think if you don't approach someone with the stuff that annoys you and say something that you just bottle it up and you never get it out. I've never had that kind of explosive rage. So bottling it up for me has never been a problem. I've never been the first person to raise my voice in an argument. I've never been the first one to start yelling. So personally, I don't see that as a weakness, but a lot of other people do. They think if you avoid confrontation that, that's a weakness. So I don't know. Whatever, however you guys view it. 15. What is your perfect pizza? A cheese pizza with extra cheese and cheesy crust. Extra cheese. Oh, yes. Cheesy. 16. What was your first thought when you woke up this morning? I need to go upload that video for day 11. That was a great thought. 16. What was your first... Oh, I just read that one. 17. Ugly and live forever or attractive and die in a year? Ugly and live forever. Because you know what? If I can't be happy being ugly, plastic surgery is a thing. I'm just saying. Because being attractive and dying in a year does not appeal to me. I don't want to die at 24. Well, technically I'll be way closer to 25, but because my birthday's in December. But nope. I don't think being attractive is all that worth it. Santa looked so creepy without pupils. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of Christmas Ornaments Day 12. I'm so annoyed that it didn't save right. Like, non-corrupted, corrupted files. Like, nah! But there's Santa. He has a very, very, very red nose. Very red. But that's how he's supposed to look. So, really red nose. Really red. I'm slowly getting them done. This is going to be saving while I'm at work. So if it does that thing again, when I get home, I'll be able to have it saving while I'm sleeping. So, hopefully it just saves while I'm at work, and then I can start uploading it to YouTube while I'm sleeping, because that makes it so much easier. Because right now I'm trying to upload day 11, and my laptop is like, it's so slow, and the internet is so bad. It took me 2 hours, by the way. So, yeah. One of the longer ones. Yeah, I don't have work tomorrow, so I should be able to get at least 2 done. I think within the next 2 or 3 days I'll be done with the Christmas ornaments for 2015, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching me stitch Santa. So in the meantime, subscribe, share, like, comment, all the jazz, and I'll see you in the next video.